You do like a little brief.
Well, it is Tuesday morning. I think the 28th. I'm not even sure. It is the 24th. It's the 24th of May. It's Tuesday. I am in a suburb of Chicago, Illinois. I want to say Schaumburg, but God only knows.
That is correct.
Oh, okay. And my brother Charlie, who's here, and my goddaughter Katie, who I'm... Katie, Jesus Christ. My goddaughter Leandra. My sissy, my sister-in-law, my sissy is Katie.
Did you take your meds today, Joe?
Jesus Christ, not yet.
Okay.
So, I haven't even had my coffee yet. I struggled a little bit getting packed, but I'm going to show this here later. We bought a rolling bag yesterday. Katie insisted that we go to Ross, and we found a really big hard-sided one, but it was damaged, and she caught that. So I bought a Samsonite, which seems to be built a little better, and actually I got everything in the Samsonite. The other two bags, which I left in the room because I don't need them. I can't carry them. So I got everything, and I overpacked. So I know better for next year. I thought about coming out on the bike, but you know, the train is just really so awesome. And if I get sick, I'm not going to miss anything. And that was kind of one of my concerns about taking the Spider out here. I'm already sweating up a storm this morning, so, you know, clamminess runs everywhere. But we're going to go to breakfast. And then they're going to take me early downtown to Union Station, where I will wait until 2:15, and hopefully the train will leave. It is the start point for the West running Empire Builder, which will go to Seattle. Take about 2 days. So when we're at breakfast or some other time, we'll see. We'll check in next. So we'll see what's next. Well, we had to go back to the hotel. The two carry bags, first off, we're at the Bread and Butter Cafe, and Leandra and Charlie and I are going to have breakfast. Katie called, and we had to go back. Katie set me up with the room through her professional contact. So I left the, here's the cafe. I left my two old bags in the room. I thought, well, I should bring them, and I didn't. And then I have an old wallet with my birth father Joe Peterson's driver's license. Now, it has sentimental value to me, and it's one of the only things that survived the fire. So we went back and got that. So sorry, Katie, I just got my head stuck up my ass this morning. But anyway, we're gonna go in for breakfast, and then I'll show you what we order. So there you go. Our next stop finds us in the Metropolitan Lounge at Chicago's Union Station. I have sleeping quarters, so we and everyone else who does have sleeping quarters, either the roomette or the full bedroom, gets to hang out in the Metropolitan Lounge. I have a free, nice soda. I got nice chairs to sit in. I probably should go film Union Station, but I'm beat, and I'll probably have to do that next year, but we'll see. So we'll see what's next. It's roughly 2 o'clock. The train leaves at 2:15. I wanted to film. This is where the trains enter and exit Union Station, and they run the diesel generators and or the diesel engines on the locomotives. And I don't know who thought of this, and I'm not sure there's a better way, but God, it's hot, and the diesel fumes are killing me. But we'll be on the road, so to speak, here shortly. It's 2:30 in the afternoon on Tuesday, the 20, whatever it was I said a couple of shots ago. And here's just, I don't know if we're in Chicago proper or one of the outlying villages, but here you see it out the window. It's still kind of hot in here, but we're getting better. So I'm going to ask the attendant, my attendant guy, if I could get my 100-ouncer filled with ice. Now, if he does, I'll definitely take good care of him at the end of the trip. So it's a full train, so I'm happy I got a roomette and I don't have someone sitting right next to me. I'm telling you guys, if you decide that this is something you want to do, at least look into. If you're by yourself, get the roomette. If you are a couple or two people traveling together, then you may want to consider the larger accommodation, the bedroom, which, at least on some of these trains, you have a toilet and sink in your room. I don't know how important that is to any of you, but you see here also just how small this roomette is. And then if you have somebody with you in the roomette, and I may or may not have said this 2 tapes ago, but you either have to check your luggage, or you're tripping over your luggage, or you have it down the hall in one of the cubbies. So 1 person, roomette. 2 people, lean towards a bedroom. So we'll see what's next. It's about 5 o'clock on the Tuesday, and this is rural Wisconsin. We're west of Milwaukee and northeast of Madison. In Milwaukee, they took on passengers but did not let anyone off. So if it looks like you are not able to ride Amtrak from Chicago to Milwaukee. So, learn something every day, and we'll see what's next. It's about 9:30, in the morning on Wednesday. I just had it now. Wednesday, May 25th. We're pulling out of Minot, North Dakota. If you have been in the Air Force, you may or may not have been stationed out here in Minot, which is, to my understanding, might not be the best duty station on God's green earth. It's cold here in the wintertime, so I didn't quite wake up in time for breakfast, so I'm gonna go down and get me one of the free coffees. And we're gonna sit on the train and ride all day. So we should have some pretty good scenery today going through the Rockies. So we'll see. So we'll see what's next. It's about 10:30 in the morning. I missed breakfast this morning. I kind of overslept. I had kind of a tough night. I woke up like at 1 and stayed up till almost 6. So we are halfway between Williston and Minot, North Dakota, and we've stopped because we have a ruptured air line and it needs to be addressed. These trains have air brakes like the big tractor trailers do, and if you have a leaking air hose, it's going to cause a problem. So they've shut the power off too, it looks like, and so we're going to just sit and look it out the window. I'm hoping lunch comes soon because I'm starved. My attendant guy, porter attendant, filled up my big cup full of ice. So I've got Diet Mountain Dew today. I'm a pretty happy camper. So we'll check in wherever we check in next. It's about 10 after 5 on Wednesday, the 25th of May. And I took a big nap this afternoon, so we're still in Montana. You know, a lot of people who don't really know think that Montana is all mountains. Well, the most mountainous state in the nation is Nevada, at least in the 48, I should say. So here's just, this could be Kansas, this could be Texas, but it's Montana. So we'll get out and film at the next stop. I'm not sure where it is, and we'll figure it out. So here you go. Our next stop of the day, and I haven't been getting off the train when we've stopped because I've been asleep, but we are in Shelby, Montana, and we are pretty much on time. As I scroll past real fast here, there we go. It's a nice day. This is in the middle of nowhere, but a lot of Montana is. But my God, it's beautiful countryside. I can't wait to get the spider up here, and you never know what life has in store, certainly. I'm not getting too far away because it's like 3 or 4 minutes here, and then they're going to close up and move on. We seem to be reasonably on time. So, Shelby, Montana. Excuse me. I've got 7:15 dinner reservations, and we'll see what's next. First sign of snow west of East Glacier Park Station in Montana. Here's our first little sign of snow. It's Thursday morning, and we are in Wenatchee, Washington. We're kind of sort of on time. We're about 5 hours out from Seattle. A little chilly this morning. Back in Spokane, the train separated, and some of the people went to Portland and the rest of us went to Seattle. I wanted to go to Seattle because I thought I was gonna do a little wander around, but we'll see how I feel when I get there. I'm gonna have breakfast here soon. They started breakfast early so they could get the train turned around, you know, fresh bedding on the beds and all that stuff. So I'm gonna wander down for breakfast here in the not too distant future, and we'll see what's next. We just went through the 7.9-mile tunnel, and our next stop, I think, is Everett, Washington. Look at the green. Well, it's Friday morning, and I'm in Seattle. I got here yesterday, and I got to the hotel about, that's the Space Needle, which I ended up not even making it to. I got here a little before 11, and God love these Hampton Inn people. They let me check right in 5 hours early. So I went up, got a little, I walked down to Taco Bell, and it was longer than I thought. And it was $36 for just me. $36 for 2 burritos, 3 tacos, and a chicken quesadilla. Oh, and the 2 KFC apple pies. $36. And then I misjudged how long of a walk it was, and I got back and I ate and I lied down for 4 hours, and I did post a movie last night. If you all saw it, I hope you watch it. I'm glad if you do. Putting up with listening to my nonsense. I'm waiting for the cab. They called Yellow Cab here. Hopefully they'll come. It's about a $20 cab ride with tip. I'm going to the King Street station in Seattle to catch the 9:50 Amtrak, the Coast Starlight, which will take me to Sacramento and drop me off at about 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. So we'll see what's next. This is my Uber driver. I've never taken Uber until right now. I'm at the King Street station in Seattle. I waited 25 minutes for Yellow Cab, and there was no sign of him, and I didn't want to miss my train. So Uber, this guy Amon was literally a minute away. Now it cost me $10 more, but I'm here, I'm on time. There he goes, bye-bye, brother. I'm here, I'm on time, and I'm not stressed. So, as ethically, it's just, I've never used Uber because I think it's unethical to not saddle Uber drivers with the same things that taxi drivers need. But you know, if you're not going to show up, I have a lot less sympathy for you now. So we'll see what's next. I'm a little early on the train to take my train. It's 9:50 is the departure time, but I wanted to point out, and I really didn't do this in Chicago, and I should have, but the classic architecture of train stations in the United States.
is really awesome. I love the high ceilings. I don't really know enough about architecture to tell you the style here. I think it's a really sharp old building. I'm glad the city didn't tear it down for something else. Certainly in Sacramento, it's been remodeled. Chicago was awesome, even though where you pick up the train was just not very smartly thought out, but it is right in the middle of the town, and what are you going to do? So when I get on the train here a little while and get settled, and we start pulling out of town, I may just lie down because I'm beat, but I did get a little breakfast at the hotel. Hotel was $200. I'm not thrilled about that, but it was about the cheapest I could find that was acceptable, and they did have a nice breakfast, and they had a big comfortable bed, and even though I had to pay $4.95 for the Wi-Fi, the faster Wi-Fi, but it was actually pretty fast. And you know, when you're spending $2,000 on a trip, what's $5 more? You know, it's a rounding error. Same with the extra $10 to get here. It's just a rounding error. It's no big deal. So we'll check in when I'm in my roomette, settled, and whether it's in an hour or in 6 hours when I wake up, always remains to be seen. So we'll see what's next. I'm on the platform ready to board, and this big monolith is where the Seahawks play. It's Century Sutton Field now, but God only knows what it'll be next year. So here you go. Here's where we are. We'll see what's next. It's about 5 o'clock, and we're in Eugene, Oregon. When we lived in Coos Bay, we would come here off every once in a while. Marie had a doctor here. It's an interesting town. Oh God, we're getting back on. Thank you. The old ballpark, Muni, burned down. It was one of the greatest parks I've ever been in. It was all redwood, built in the 30s by WPA. I haven't been to the new park on the U of O campus, so I don't know if it's nice or not. Anyway, they waved me back in, so we're done here. It's about 7:30 at night, and we are in between Eugene and Klamath Falls in Oregon. It's roughly, give or take, Oregon 58. Just got back from dinner, and you could see there's snow on the ground and cold fog, even for the end of May. Ooh, now we're in the tunnel, so you're not seeing anything. So even in the cool May, or even in May, at the end of May up here, it's cool, and it's 100 degrees in Stockton, so there you go. We'll see what's next. It's about 6:25 or 6:30 in the morning. The train got here early. The roller bag is the only way to go. I don't know what the hell I was thinking about not having one. I have an Uber coming. He'll be here in about 4 minutes. So let's talk about Amtrak. Would I take it again? Absolutely. If you've ever thought it might be a nice way to go, investigate it. I watch a channel named Grounded Life Travel, where the couple go on a lot of train trips. Downey Live is a guy I've mentioned. Michael Downey has also been on some Amtrak. He's also been on VIA. He's from Vancouver, BC. So you just got to understand the limitations of Amtrak. Oh, here's my guy. Hold on.